Hello everyone and welcome to my hobby home. My name is Cathy. Thank you so much for joining me this evening. It is Sunday evening and I know you're probably wondering what I'm doing. I am cutting fabric. I can't turn you down to see what I'm doing, but I can talk to you while I'm doing it. So I am cutting fabric that goes to quilt, a bed size quilt. This is what I used to cut with, and I am just trying to get some things done. I'm supposed to go in tonight at midnight and I can't sleep, so this is what I do when I can't sleep. This is what I'm cutting. This is my 1980s fabric that I am cutting down. I have some other strips that I'm cutting down as well, but I wanted to just touch base with you guys. I did a video earlier today for you guys and everything showed fine, but when I went to edit, no sound at all, not a stitch of sound. So I don't know what happened to my mic. It was showing paired, all lights were on, and I'll actually show you. I was in the kitchen. I was giving y'all a kitchen video. I will show you what my mic is, and in here I just kind of have it set up funny. Of course, my little utensil thing, this is where my mic is, because I would hit it non-stop. You see I have my panels over here. I pressed them out and you can see, I had somebody ask me one time what was behind the curtain. I have like some picture frames up on the top. Down here I have some storage containers that has books and templates, things of that nature in it. I haven't really gotten things set up how I want them set up, so, but I'm willing, if anybody wants to give suggestions, I'm willing to hear them, because I really don't have a lot of time to do much of anything. I'm either cooking, cutting fabric, trying to clean house. That happens very rarely though, but I did this weekend because before the winter storm comes in, and right now I will say I'm in North Louisiana. Right now I believe it said the temps was about 21, and we already have sleet starting. So I have to get on the road about 11 o'clock. I don't even have my watch on, so I don't even know what time it is right now. But I don't have to be there until midnight, and that's okay with me, because my job consists of me keeping people safe on the roadways, and pretty much that's it. Sitting here looking around. My door back there is open, and I have a kitty cat that keeps peeking in, wondering who I'm talking to. She realizes when I'm talking to myself and that it's not her, and she'll go on about her way. She thinks I'm just a little on the crazy side, but so is she. So we're a perfect pair. But yeah, I thought I would bring you guys along. How is your weather doing? What are y'all getting? What have you got? Because by the time you see this, I will have already worked one, for sure, probably two midnight to noon shifts, possibly. And I hear my husband coming in, so he's probably, I hear him trying to get somebody in. I have 4 outside cats that come in, and he's probably trying to get one of them in. But yeah, I'll show you some of my fabrics that I already have. This is my 1980s fabric. I'll bring it closer to you. I can't remember the name. I have my package right here that I have my other strips in. It's Harpersfield by Whistler Studios. These are some of the fabrics. I believe I showed the fabrics when I got the package. And I know I'm off to the side here, guys, but I'm so sorry. It's just how my table is set up and how I have to cut. But I thought these were some pretty, I guess, 1980s colors or 90s, whichever. It don't matter to me. And this is what I mean by that. I bet everybody's grandparents had a couch in this pattern, but brown. Sorry about that. Got a little kitty cat running around in here now. I'm not shutting my door all the way because we are heating with our fireplace right now. Trying not to run the power. Because it is so extremely expensive to run it. But I'm just keeping that door cracked, which is fine. It's a straight shot to the fireplace, actually. And my fireplace is blowing really well. It's really hot. So, but yeah, hoping you guys are having a great day. I thought this could be kind of like y'all can throw questions in the comments if you have questions about, you know, things I'm doing maybe. You see this is going to be the pattern. Let me get the pattern here. This is the pattern here. It's Craftsman. It's showing a throw is the largest size, which is a 77 by 90. I'm going to do all of the fabric that I have, which is more, the throw only calls for 15 fat quarters, and I think I have 20 something fat quarters. So I'm going to do all of the fat quarters and see if there is a way that I can actually make a bed cover, because that's what I want. I want to put this on my spare bed. And we just received a bed frame. A really good friend of mine gave me a bed frame. It's actually a baby bed, but it converts to a full-size bed. And I have some mattresses for my spare room. My spare room right now is still a storage room. And yeah, so I'm going to sit down here and turn you guys down just a bit. Okay, maybe you can see a little better what I'm doing here. I am just trying to get my fabric even and cut nice. And yeah, this is, I cut all of my fabric myself. I do it all by hand. I do not have one of those nifty little AccuQuilts, which I would love to get one of those. What I'm doing here is I'm just straightening up that edge. So then I can turn this around and I have inaccurate measurement. Then I have this here. I will throw them here over my machine for right now. So what are y'all working on right now? I mean, do you have a current project ongoing? Is it a WIP, a new project? What you got going? I've got lots of WIPs, but I wanted to do a bed cover. So that's what I'm doing. And I have this fabric, and I'm trying to go through a lot of my fabric, so I may be cutting a lot of fabric here pretty soon. And because, you know, and getting it all packaged up to start making a quilt or something. Tell me how y'all do that. Do you go on and cut your fabric, or do you wait until you have time to sew it? How do you handle that? I feel like I am more inclined to do a project if I already have the fabric cut. So, but this is a personal project, and I have a lot of things going on right now. I will be working on some of my grandmother's quilts. For some reason, I guess I'm not pushing down hard enough on this. I will be pulling out the box of my grandmother's quilts to see, you know, kind of investigate them to see what I can work on. Some of them may not need anything, and at that point, if they don't need anything, I will see if I have any fabric in my stash that I can either border them with and quilt them with, you know, do as backing and then binding, because whatever the backing is, that's probably what my binding will be. So I have that going on. I have several subscription boxes going on. The Sew Sampler, Press Flowers, I have that going on. I have cotton cuts. I'm doing the Carnival, and the Tree of Life is due to ship February, I believe. I can't remember the date. I do have it wrote down on a calendar. So I do know it's pretty soon. I think it's February the 2nd. And we do have something in the works for the Tree of Life. Did I say Tree of Life? I'm currently doing the Carnival, but I also signed up for Tree of Life, and the first shipment ships, I think, February 2nd. I do have something special going on with that as well. So you guys stay tuned. I will put it up on my community page once it is all confirmed and solidified. I will put something on my community page so you know about it. So just watch for that for clue number 1 of Cotton Cuts Tree of Life. If y'all don't know what that is, I will link Cotton Cuts in the description. I will actually link every one that I have something going on with. I have, like I said, I got Fat Quarter Shop. Sew Sampler Pressed Flowers. I've got Cotton Cuts, Carnival, and Tree of Life. The Carnival is just about over. I think we just did Clue number 6 of 10. And 1, I think, of 10 will be coming out. Like I said, February the 2nd, I believe, is what it is. And I have a Creative Notions box that comes in, and they have a block of the month that they also do that I am also doing. Let's see. Trying to make sure I'm not missing anything here. I do have projects from subscription boxes that I do want to get to. This pattern that I'm doing, once again, is called Craftsman. I am set up to do the throw, which again is a 77 by 90, which is a pretty good size throw. I've only done technically one other throw, and it was just a practice to where I could see what my sewing machine would do, because I did what I call embroidery quilting. It was a blanket, and in some of the squares I did a quilting thing, but you do it in the embroidery hoop. So I did that. Trying to think of what else I have. Let's see, I've got Pressed Flowers, Creative Notions, Cotton Cuts. I'm also doing the Moda Blockhead 5. Right now what's going on is the group 2. And we have just completed block number 2. The 3rd block will come out Wednesday. So if you're interested in that, it's not too late. You can always do it. They do archive their patterns on the Moda website. I will put that link also in the description. What you will do when you go to Moda, you will look at their archives if you want to look at past blocks. And don't click on the picture, click on where the title of it is. It says PDF underneath the picture. Click on that. And that will actually open up a PDF of that block. So I'm doing that. I actually have a lot of stuff going on, a lot of quilts and all going on. I still have a quilt that I am making from a shop hop that I did in June of 2023. It was the first shop hop I ever did. And it really isn't a sampler quilt like most of the ones that I've seen. It looks like it's just 2 blocks. But you have, I think, 5 different clues for it that I'm doing. And I don't know, I lost my motivation, I guess, doing it. But I am going to get back to it because I have all the fabric and all. I have a bin over here with it in there. Another thing that I have that I'm working on is, I'm not working it yet because I haven't gone to this. I have a retreat the first weekend of February in Texas with Kristen with Icy Stars Quilting. I don't know if she still has spots available. Probably not, with it being this close to time. But you can always go to her website with icystarsquilting.com and check it out if you're interested. But I think it is the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, leave on the 4th. I know that Thursday you can arrive at like 3 p.m. Because I had to take that day off. So we have that retreat. Her pattern is already out there. You know, you have to go buy the pattern You can buy the fabric and all there, or you can buy it. I've purchased my fabric. I'm still waiting on some of my fabric to come in so I can go ahead and cut it, because I'm going to go ahead and cut all of my fabric before I go. And I may even practice a square or two of it, because that will help me decide if I want to do it there, or if I think it's going to be too difficult for me to do it there. And I can just go and listen while I'm there, and kind of, because Kristen is going to be teaching classes, actually. I'm quite excited about that. This will be my first quilt retreat that I've ever gone to. So, last year I had a lot of firsts. I made my very first baby quilt, very first quilt, made my very first throw for myself. I did a challenge with Kristen with IC Stars Quilting. She gave us a fabric line and challenged us to pick any pattern. And if the fabric was a little too pricey, you could have just done with whatever fabric you had. But it kind of got me out of the box. And, or so to speak, got me out of the box. And so I really enjoyed that. So I made my first lap throw. And I was actually using it earlier today because it is quite cool. I do need to make another throw for my living room. Because as of right now, my throw is the only one in there. But it's just my husband and I, and he's pretty okay with cool weather. I don't understand it, but he's okay with cool weather. He don't mind being cool. I didn't used to. I was the one that was burning up hot, but not now. But yeah, that's kind of what I've got going on right now. I've been trying to catch a lot of lives here lately. Let's see. I caught a live, I can't remember what day it was, last week, Wednesday, Thursday. It was a live with cotton cuts with crystal hearts. Amazing young lady there. Really enjoyed watching her. So, of course, I had to go subscribe to her channel. And yeah, guys, if you're here, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. This is actually the first chitty chatty I've had. Really? I don't normally do chatties, but just the fact that the video that I had recorded earlier today for you guys had no sound, and I'm going to have to do a voiceover because it is a, what kind of thing, the video is kind of about what I do for storm preps, not necessarily for power outage or anything, which it does help for that as well, but mainly because I have to work. When everybody else gets to stay at home, I have to go in to work. So, yeah. So I have a few things that I will prepare and cook for that. And I just thought I would bring you guys along with me to see that. To see kind of what I do. Just to kind of share a day in the life. You know, what I do. Not that it's interesting for anybody. It may be. I don't know. It could be kind of a little ASMR for you. It may put you to sleep. I don't know. But I will try to do a voiceover on it. because I don't know how many people would think about some of these things to do. And, you know, like, what do y'all do also? I did not discuss this in my cooking video, but I will right now. What do you do in this type of weather? I mean, I have outside animals, and my husband actually sets up heat lamps for them, and we tarp their enclosures to keep wind away. And their enclosures do have a top, so, you know, no snow and ice gets on them. But our outdoor animals have enclosures, and our cats, they sleep on the porch, and we have little insulated beds for them, the outside cats that never come in the house. And honestly, some of these cats, if we brought them in the house, they'd probably tear the house up trying to get out of the house. But, so, just so you know, we're not being irresponsible pet owners. My husband checked all the pipes, made sure everything was covered real well, and that's all good. So our water should be good. And let's see what else. We have all of our water hoses have been drained and rolled up. Our rain gauge has been turned upside down because I forgot to one time, and it froze and busted my rain gauge. And I loved that rain gauge. But I found another gauge. It doesn't actually go with my rain gauge stand that I have, but it was another rain gauge, and it'll work. I found it at like a secondhand store or something. It had a different base to put it with, but I bought it for just a couple dollars, because to replace the actual glass, you know, gauge was like $15. I paid $4 and got a, okay, I didn't push that down real good. I'm chitty chatting so much, I'm not pressing down on my cutter real well. And plus I'm having to reach across there, so. So I'm not pressing straight down. My cutter is actually very sharp. It's a brand new blade. So here are my other pieces. So I have this. Oh, I didn't finish cutting that out. I got one more piece to cut. So yeah, some of my other people here on Facebook have told me they're already in negative degrees, and I hope and pray that you guys are safe and warm and have resources available to you if you need them. Have people that can come help if you need them. This is just very, very cold weather. I'm not going to say awful weather, because that would mean I'm just complaining about the weather all the way around. Hey, baby. My little kitty cat has come in here, and he may jump up here on my chair in a second. I don't know. Sometimes he does, sometimes he don't. But, where was I? I'm not going to complain about cold weather. It's easier to get warm than it is to get cold. So, those 115 degree days we had, nuh-uh. I'll take this weather any day. Any day. Any day. I don't mind the cold. What, sweetie? And yeah, and I actually like the cold weather. So guys, you probably see my fabrics here that I'm doing. I'm just lining them up, so because I was just throwing them up on my sewing machine here. But these are some more of my fabrics for my quilt that I will be making for a bed. This will be the first quilt ever that I have made for a bed other than a baby quilt. And I know these colors are screaming 80s or 90s, whichever one. Maybe even, no, these aren't 70 colors. But yeah, guys. So this is just kind of a little winter chit chat going on before I get ready to go to work tonight. I probably got about 3 hours of sleep today. So I'm going to be very tired at work. But I will make it through. I always do. I will be functioning on Coca-Cola and sour crawlers. So, my husband just got in. He was trying to find me some sour crawlers, and where I normally buy them from, didn't have any. So, I will have to stop on my way to work at a gas station that I know carries them. And it's sad when you know what stores carry sour crawlers. But it's a particular kind that I eat, and it just kind of helps me. So I am going to get the rest of the fabrics here so I can lay them all nice and neat and straight. But guys, what do you have going on by way of projects, by way of weather? Are you able to hunker down in this, or do you have to get out and work in this? Just let me know. And I know I'm looking down most of this video, but I'm trying to get a quilt ready. And what better time to do it than when you need a quilt? So I'm hoping to be able to get to this. I'll probably sew on this one day a week, maybe. Hopefully more than that. Because hopefully I can get a couple squares done a day. And yeah, I still have the background to cut out, I believe. And I don't know about binding yet. I don't ever pick my binding out until my quilt is done. And I know a lot of people, they're like, well, that you need to pick your binding out. Well, I don't do that. I like to wait until my quilt is done, because I just kind of feel like it may not have the same vibe that I thought it was going to have. Because I don't know about y'all, but quilts kind of speak to me. Not that I've made too many of them, but the ones that I have made, especially the Brave line one I did with Kristen with Icy Stars Quilting, I had an idea of what binding I wanted before my quilt was done, but once it was done, that binding just did not, it was not gonna go with it. It just didn't have the same feel to me that my actual throw had. So I actually went to the fabric shop, and that's when I picked my binding and backing and all that out. Because see, a lot of times I don't even pick my backing out until I have a quilt top done. And I don't know if that's a preservation thing, kind of. scared that I may not finish it, and I don't want to spend all that money on all the fabrics, because I don't know if y'all know this or not, but fabric is kind of expensive. Years ago when I sewed garments, I mean, most of the fabric that I bought was, we thought $6 and $7 a yard was expensive. But now you pay $13 a yard for just a standard width of fabric, not the 108 backing. Nothing like that. Just a standard width of fabric. And now you're paying $13 for it. But I hope to be able to do some scrappy stuff with, if you saw my past video, my thrift haul, I'm hoping my thrift lady has some shirts, maybe once a month that I can pick up. And I'll probably cut 5-inch squares out of that, just to, have them in a size. But who knows if I can get a 10-inch out of it. Or if I get a pattern that I think I would really like, and, it's kind of a work in progress, then I may do that too. But, guys, if you're still here with me, I'm just about done here. If you're still here with me and you don't mind the little chit-chatting, give me a thumbs up. If you've not yet subscribed to my channel, please do. You'll be able to see me complete all of these projects I was telling you about tonight. I do have plans for several quilts this year. I already have 2, I have this lap throw, and then I have another one over there, and then I have pressed flowers. I don't know how big that's going to be. I have not looked at the size of it. I've just kept sewing the patterns as they come in. I have several of them. Now, I know the Moda Blockhead one is going to end up being a large quilt, because it's going to be 40-something squares, and I'm doing the 12-inch squares. I may not use all of the squares. I may just pick the ones that the colors go together, because I'm just doing random fabrics. I'm clearing my stash. So, join me on clearing my stash with the Moda Blockheads. I am having so much fun doing those weekly blogs. They do come out every Wednesday, so make sure to check that out. So if you're still here, give me a thumbs up. If you've not subscribed, please do. It helps my channel grow. Leave a comment. Let me know what you're preparing for the winter, what you're preparing for 2024 projects. Just chit-chat back with me. So I do respond to each and every comment personally. And as always, until I see you again, have a very blessed day. Goodbye.